The world of men's tennis is focused on Ohio, where anticipation is at a fever pitch. Fans from across the globe have descended on Cincinnati, their excitement palpable as they fill the stands and line the walkways, eager to witness history in the making. Tonight, a monumental Cincinnati Open final is about to unfold beneath the bright stadium lights. The air is thick with expectation, as the city transforms into the epicenter of the tennis universe for one unforgettable evening. This isn't just another title match, it's a direct battle for supremacy between world number 1 Jannik Sinner and world number 2 Carlos Alcaraz. Both men have blazed a trail through the draw, dispatching formidable opponents with breathtaking skill and relentless determination. Today's clash is more than a trophy, it's a pivotal moment in the race for year-end number 1, with the US Open looming just around the corner. The stakes could not be higher, as both players know that victory here could define their season and shape their legacy. Every point here will ripple through the ATP rankings and set the stage for Flushing Meadows. The outcome tonight will not only shift the balance at the top, but also send a message to the rest of the tour about who truly commands the hard courts. The crowd is a sea of color and energy, with supporters of both Sinner and Alcaraz creating a charged atmosphere. Coaches, families, and tennis legends watch on, knowing that this match could be a turning point in the sport's history. Sinner and Alcaraz's rivalry is quickly becoming the defining duel of their generation, with each match raising the bar for athleticism and drama. Their previous encounters have delivered edge-of-your-seat moments, and tonight promises to be no different. This final is a high-stakes, head-to-head confrontation that simplifies the year-long points race into a single, electrifying showdown. Every serve, every rally, every break point could tip the scales in this epic contest. The winner will seize a crucial advantage in the quest for the top ranking, gaining not just points but momentum and confidence heading into the final Grand Slam of the year. The pressure is immense, the margin for error razor-thin. Both players know that a single moment of brilliance, or a single mistake, could decide their fate tonight. As these two young superstars prepare to battle, the tennis world holds its breath, ready for a match that will echo through the season and be remembered for years to come. To grasp the stakes, let's look at the live ATP rankings before the final. Sinner leads with 11,480 points, a testament to his consistency and dominance this season. Alcaraz trails with 9,230 points, a 250-point gap that seems daunting at first glance. But the ATP's rolling 52-week system means these numbers are about to shift dramatically. Points from last year's US Open haven't dropped yet, masking the true closeness of the race. Sinner's lead is built on points he must soon defend, while Alcaraz has little to lose. The Cincinnati final is more than a match. It's a strategic battle for ranking survival. Both players know every point here could decide who enters the US Open with the upper hand. The real drama of this tennis season is unfolding not just on the courts, but in the minds of the players and the hearts of the fans. Every match, every point, is colored by what happened last year, and by what's at stake this summer. The shadow of last year's US Open looms large over the tour, casting a sense of anticipation and pressure that's impossible to ignore. The echoes of that tournament still reverberate through the locker rooms and the stands. Jannik Sinner's triumph at the 2024 US Open was a career-defining moment. He earned a massive 2,000 ranking points, catapulting him to the top of the tennis world. But now, those points are a double-edged sword, a heavy burden he must defend if he wants to keep his place at the summit. Carlos Alcaraz, on the other hand, suffered an early exit last year, collecting just 50 points. For him, the pressure is different. He has almost nothing to lose and everything to gain. The tables have turned, and the dynamic between these two rivals has shifted dramatically. As the calendar flips closer to this year's US Open, the math becomes unavoidable. When Sinner's 2,000 points drop off, his lead will shrink by a staggering 1,950 points, erasing nearly all of his cushion in the rankings. Suddenly, what seemed like a comfortable 250-point advantage is reduced to a razor-thin margin. The pressure mounts with every passing tournament, and the margin for error disappears. That's why the Cincinnati final is so critical this year. For Sinner, it's a chance to rebuild his buffer and prove he's more than a one-slam wonder. For Alcaraz, it's an opportunity to strike, to capitalize on any slip and to seize momentum heading into New York. The rankings are on the verge of a dramatic rewrite, and both players are acutely aware of what's at stake. Every practice, every match, every moment is now loaded with extra meaning. Sinner's reign at the top is under threat, not just from Alcaraz, but from the relentless pressure of defending a Grand Slam title. The ghost of New York past haunts his every move, reminding him how quickly fortunes can change. The outcome in Cincinnati will set the tone and the math for the US Open. It's more than just a trophy. It's about momentum, confidence, and the psychological edge heading into the year's final major. The stakes have never been clearer or higher. As the tennis world holds its breath, the next few weeks will decide who enters the US Open as the hunted and who arrives as the hunter. If Sinner defends his Cincinnati title, he maintains his 1,000 points and stretches his lead to 2,600 over Alcaraz. It's a statement of dominance and a psychological boost heading into New York. But the US Open points drop looms. Sinner will lose 2,000 points while Alcaraz loses just 50. After the adjustment, Sinner's lead shrinks to just 650 points. That margin means Sinner controls his destiny, but only barely. Alcaraz would need at least a semi-final run at the US Open to overtake him. A Cincinnati win doesn't end the race, but it gives Sinner a crucial head start. The pressure remains immense. One slip in New York, and the top spot could vanish. For Sinner, every match from here is a test of nerves and resilience. If Alcaraz wins Cincinnati, he gains 1,000 points, slashing Sinner's lead to 1,900. The momentum shifts instantly. Beating Sinner in a final is a massive psychological edge. Then comes the US Open points. Drop, Sinner loses 2,000, Alcaraz just 50. The math flips. Alcaraz would enter the US Open with a 50-point lead. For the first time in months, he'd be the virtual world #1. The pressure would shift to Sinner, who'd be forced to chase. Alcaraz would control his fate match, or better, Sinner's result in New York, and the throne is his. A Cincinnati win would be a coup, resetting the race and making Alcaraz the favorite for year-end #1. The rivalry would reach a fever pitch on the biggest stage. No matter who wins in Cincinnati, the world #1 battle will be decided at the US Open. The Ohio final sets the stage, but New York is where the season's story ends. If Sinner wins the US Open, he keeps the top spot. Simple as that. If Alcaraz wins, he takes over as world #1. If neither wins, it comes down to who goes further. With a 650-point lead, Sinner would force Alcaraz to reach at least the semifinals to have a chance. If Alcaraz leads by 50, Sinner must outperform him to reclaim the throne. Every round, every match, every point will be crucial. The US Open promises a dramatic, high-stakes showdown for tennis's ultimate prize. Sinner and Alcaraz have stormed into the Cincinnati final, each showcasing why they're the world's best. Sinner's semi-final was a masterclass in control. No breakpoints faced, a straight sets win on his birthday. His path has been one of ruthless efficiency, dismantling opponents with power and poise. Alcaraz, meanwhile, dazzled against Zverev, blending explosive baseline play with deft touch and relentless energy. His journey has been electric, filled with highlight reel moments and big match maturity. Sinner's calm dominance meets Alcaraz's dynamic brilliance in a final worthy of their rivalry. Both arrive in peak form, ready for a battle that will define their seasons. The stage is set for a championship clash between two champions at their absolute best. This Cincinnati final marks the fourth electrifying Sinner-Alcaraz showdown of 2025, a season that's been defined by their relentless pursuit of greatness. Each time they step onto the court, the tennis world holds its breath, knowing that something special is about to unfold. Their rivalry is already echoing the sport's greatest eras. Think Borg and McEnroe, Nadal and Federer. The anticipation, the drama, and the sheer level of play have captivated fans and experts alike. Their head-to-heads have become the defining narrative of the season, with each match adding a new layer to their growing legend. From the red clay of Roland Garros to the hallowed grass of Wimbledon, their epic battles have thrilled crowds and produced unforgettable moments. Each encounter is a showcase of skill, tension, and athleticism, with both players pushing the limits of what's possible on a tennis court. Fans around the globe are glued to their screens, witnessing history in real time. Sinner's methodical power and relentless baseline play create a wall of consistency, while Alcaraz's creativity, speed, and unpredictability keep everyone guessing. Their contrasting styles make every rally a chess match, every point a battle of wits and willpower. It's the metronome versus the magician, precision and discipline clashing with flair and improvisation. Yet, beneath the fierce competition lies a deep mutual respect. Both players know that facing each other brings out their very best, driving them to new heights. Each match is not just a contest, but a catalyst, each pushing the other to evolve, adapt, and innovate. With a prestigious Masters 1000 title and the coveted world #1 ranking on the line, the stakes have never been higher. Every point could tip the balance in this high-stakes race. This is more than just a match. It's a chapter in tennis history, a spectacle that will be remembered for years to come. They're not just playing for themselves or their teams, but for their countries, their fans, and their place in the sport's legacy. Every swing of the racket, every drop of sweat, is a step toward etching their names alongside the legends of the game. As they meet for the 4th time this year, the anticipation is electric, the pressure immense, and the opportunity historic. The stakes and the spectacle have never been greater, with the world watching every move, every shot, every emotion. The Sinner-Alcaraz rivalry is quickly becoming the defining story of men's tennis, a battle of generations, styles, and personalities. And as the sun sets on another epic encounter, one thing is clear. This rivalry is only just beginning, and its greatest chapters are still to be written. As the Cincinnati final begins, it's clear this is more than a battle for a trophy. The match is a turning point in the 2025 season, layered with meaning and consequence. Sinner and Alcaraz's rivalry is the heartbeat of men's tennis, and every point here could shape the US Open narrative. A win for Sinner gives him a vital buffer. A win for Alcaraz flips the pressure. The outcome will set the stage for a dramatic climax in New York. This is why fans are captivated. Supreme talent, high stakes, and a rivalry for the ages. Whether you're a diehard or a casual fan, this is unmissable tennis. The Cincinnati final is a perfect storm of talent and drama, a day the sport won't soon forget.